Thomas, I don't know if it's possible to recap the last few weeks that you've experienced, but if you could give it a shot for us.
The last few weeks for me has been it was extremely tough. Had a lot going on, in particular outside of football. But it's definitely a great feeling to be back and be amongst my teammates, my brothers, and go out and get a practice in.
Thomas, you've dealt with physical pain, 3 ACLs, a broken arm in the Super Bowl, broken rib last year, but emotional pain like what you had to experience.
And none of that really compares to the last 4 weeks of what I've had to deal with. When you lose a parent, when you have your mother have 2 emergency surgeries, and not really, besides your family, not really have the guys that you've depended on so much over the years to be able to lean on, it makes it that much tougher. So it's definitely good to be back. I can tell you that.
It's a safe place, a good place for you to be, to get yourself back to being 58 again.
Absolutely, no question. To be able to go out there and practice, it kind of takes you away from some of the things that you have going on in your life and some of the things that you have to deal with on a daily basis. So definitely felt good to be back out there.
What did you learn about this team as you were watching them? Because I know you watched.
I think we're a really good football team. We have everything that it takes to play real deep into the season. It's just all about being consistent and going out there and putting it all together. Week in and week out. That's really what this league boils down to. Winning the close games and making plays in the fourth quarter.
Thomas, I think people often forget you also can't really communicate even externally with these guys that you lean on all the time. Kind of having that space missing and going through what you had to go through with both parents. I just want to clarify, your mother also had to have surgeries as well.
Yeah, it was extremely tough. I leaned heavily on my family and prayed to God a lot, and those were my sources of comfort. Really being able to lean on them, and a few other friends that I phoned in and made sure that I had someone to talk to throughout that process, because it's never easy when you're dealing with stuff like that, and you don't really understand what it's like going through it until you're actually in it.
So what was it like walking through the doors? Who are they talking to?
Man, it was a very welcoming feeling. When I came in, I had Mike and Luke standing there greeting me. It just felt good to be able to come back.
How do you get yourself ready to go this week and not overdo it? Because obviously there's 4 weeks, 4 games worth of pent up. I haven't played.
You utilize the preparation that you go through while you're away. I think I did a really good job at Velocity. Jed took me through a gauntlet while I was there. He made sure that I was prepared for the day and ultimately prepared to go for the rest of the season. So it's all about continuing to apply the things that I've been doing over the last few weeks, and now just turning it into football shape.
Is it music to your ears to hear guys walking past you and chirping you and saying, "Oh, who's that?" And
listen, it feels good to be able to come back in and talk trash, in particular the number one. Watching his press conference, talking about he'll run me over, yeah, not built like that.
What did you think of his block?
It was good. Don't let him know that I said that, but he did a good job. He never would have done me like that.
He said he's going to tell you now, though, when you ask him that. He's going to just say, I got film.
Don't even matter. I got more film.
And seeing Captain, obviously Captain was one of the most excited guys, even when you started talking a little mess about South Carolina way back. I know you didn't get a chance to.
That's a sensitive subject to a lot of people in this locker room, so we ain't gonna even touch back on South Carolina. We know what happened in that game. But being able to come back around and like guys in particular, like Captain, he thought he developed some kind of name of big dog. I have to, bring him back down to reality, let him know he's still Lil Cap. Just situations like that, just guys welcoming me back, understanding, that, the expectations for our team and our defense is where it is, and we know we got a lot of work to do, and hopefully I can come back and help contribute to us getting back to where we are accustomed to being.
Thomas, I know it's one thing at a time, and you're just getting back this week, but before the season started, you had talked about maybe this being your last year, and then when the news came out of your suspension, you said maybe not. And I'm wondering what your thoughts are after having some time to sit back and reflect.
You know, I just really want to get back to playing the game. You know, when you sit out 5 weeks and you're not able to play and you're not able to go out and compete, man, it's extremely tough. So for me, it's just really getting back out there, showing first and foremost that I'm able to play, I'm capable of playing, and I'm able to do it at a high level. It's not just coming back and just being some kind of emotional leader for this team. It's about coming out and being a playmaker, and that's what I fully expect to do.
So where's this level of hunger and excitement for this Sunday compared to maybe other season openers or any other point game in your career?
All-time high, man. When you have the game taken away from you for a period of time, you know, and it is not injury related, you know, it's extremely tough. You know, when it's something that had I known could have been avoided, it makes it that much more difficult, and it just adds to the excitement level of wanting to get back out there. Knowing that our team is 3-1 in my absence definitely makes me feel good. Knowing that, you know, we can go out and get the job done, and now I feel like I can come back and help contribute to us being even better. I'm excited about it.
Thomas, we saw your tweet after Gano's kick went through the uprights. What was that? For fans, it was crazy watching those last few minutes. What was it like for you watching?
I knew he was going to make it. I'm standing there, and I'm like, I've seen him do this 100 times in practice. I know he can do it. That's all I'm saying. I know he can do it. And then at home watching the game, they flipped the TV angle, so you couldn't really tell. I'm like, it was straight. Did it go in? But then the refs threw their hands up, and the excitement was just through the roof.
Watching the games from that vantage point, how strange was that for you? Did you have any sort of routine that you went into?
Watching the games, period, was weird and difficult. I'm watching hand signals from the defensive players, trying to see what defenses we're in, and knowing what defenses we're in, and not seeing the defense being played sometimes, seeing it being executed properly. A whole lot of mixed emotions watching the games. It's definitely difficult.
Thomas, the NFL took a lot of things, or just maybe not the right way to phrase it, but in terms of, you know, you couldn't go see the games in person from the PSL and those kinds of things. I remember back at the time you said you were going to take a lot of notes and the NFL could not take those notes away from you. I'm wondering if you can share a couple of the notes that you took while you were watching.
I can't do that. But I definitely watched a lot of football, watched a lot of the teams that we're going to play. I feel like I gained a lot of knowledge and experience, you know, because every year in the league there's always different wrinkles that teams are going to do. There are different things that are going to be thrown at you. So I think I'm up to speed on what's really going on in the league right now and, you know, what offenses are doing.
And you were able to give those tickets to families who maybe didn't have other opportunities to see the game?
Yeah, we kind of dispersed tickets all over. We had my 3 season tickets, and I also buy 10 for every home game that we give away for charity as well. So we made a lot of people happy during this time.
Can you talk about what your dad meant to you?
You know, he meant a lot to me. You know, whenever you have a father, whenever you not only have a father, but whenever you lose him, it really makes you reflect and think about, you know, all the good times that you had, and you just try to remember those. And you know, it's no different in this situation. It's all about remembering the good times, and pretty sure things are going to probably be extremely difficult on Saturday when we have the funeral. But right now, you know, seeing him in that situation that he was in for a whole month, and coming to grips that, you know, he really wasn't getting any better, you start to feel like, you know, you start to feel like you can't no longer be selfish and want him to keep staying in that position.